Alright everyone, welcome back. So I've done quite a bit of preparation in the last time I've been here, or last episode I should say. So I'm just going to quickly go over that before we get started. Realistically, I would have included these upcoming battles in the previous episode, but I had to do some more preparation before that and didn't feel like editing it all together because the episode would be too long. Thinking back on it now, that probably wasn't the best choice. But I figured segmenting it like this may be easier to keep things orderly and easy to follow. So that's why I opted for this method. So I'm just going to quickly discuss what my team here is that I've prepared. So there are 3 new members, a Ninetales, a Charizard, and an Excadrill. So this Ninetales here is holding a Heat Rock, and it's the Ninetales or Vulpix we received all the way back at the Agate checkpoint. As for what this Ninetales has, it is Modest Nature with Drought, and its IVs and EVs are as seen here. The reason why speed is at 29 is because I need to lose a speed battle. So realistically, I don't really agree with this. It's just how I can assure my victory and prove that this is a relatively how should I say, consistent method for victory. If your speed is even lower, that's better actually. This is about the level where you need a 29 or lower. If you have max investment in speed and such and running a modest nature like me. As for moves, we have Heat Wave, Sunny Day, Quick Attack, and Safeguard. This Ninetales has Drought, so it has Heat Rock. I don't know if I explained that earlier. And then with that, we pair it up with Heat Wave, and we have a really strong Pokemon that can slot very well into a weather team, and especially for doubles. And anything else that I would like to add is that you should probably use PP ups on Heat Wave just in case, because you have a high chance of missing. So, well, not a high chance, it's a 90% chance, but it is definitely there, and you can definitely miss, which will really suck. And 10 PP is pretty low for a move that you're going to be spamming. So next Pokemon I want to cover now is Charizard here. So I gave my Charizard a Shell Bell, as you can see here. The reason being is that it has Solar Power as its ability, so I want to give it some form of HP recovery, my Charizard. Along with that, I have a, what is it called, Timid Nature. So it's plus speed, and here are its IVs and EVs, pretty much perfect, and full investment into offensive stats. As for moves, I have Heat Wave, Air Slash, Solar Beam, and Substitute. So since I'm running Charizard with Ninetales, we want Heat Wave. Air Slash is just good coverage and strong stab. Solar Beam is additional coverage, and Substitute will allow my Charizard to take a hit without not actually taking a hit. Along with Shell Belt, it can recover the HP it used up to put a substitute. And lastly, we have Excadrill. So Excadrill is just here for some extra flavor and coverage through its ground and steel typing, along with its decent speed and offensive stats. So I'm having it hold a Choice Band with a Jolly Nature, and its ability is Mold Breaker. If you're running Excadrill for a Sandstorm weather-based team for doubles for this specific battle, you should definitely have Sand Rush instead on your Excadrill, and instead of a Jolly Nature, you should have an Adamant Nature. And then, as for a good partner to use with Excadrill, I highly recommend Gigalith. Gigalith can set up the Sandstorm, enabling your Excadrill to have double its speed, along with the other offensive boosts that Sandstorm can possibly provide. And along with Gigalith, you can use Wide Guard on it so it can protect itself from Excadrill spamming its Earthquake, which is here in its move set. And then the other moves Excadrill has is Iron Head and Sword Stance. So Sword Stance is really good because you can possibly get that up if the opposing team also uses a move that attacks 2 Pokemon at once. With the Wide Guard, you'll be protected and get a free boost on Sword Stance. So there's definitely ways of abusing that, and then Sandstorm is just there. I would recommend using Rock Slide instead of Sandstorm here, but the reason why I just kept Sandstorm on my Excadrill is because I don't really intend on using my Excadrill. It's just here just because. Same thing with why it's holding a Choice Band. I couldn't really think of a better item for it to hold. Next up is Blaziken. Blaziken is basically the same as usual, just holding a Fist Plate. As for Metagross, I have it holding an Air Balloon because it may come out occasionally with Excadrill as its partner, and it can work out pretty well. That's why I just went for that. Another good choice is just simply putting a steel-based a steel offensive boosting item like metal coat onto it, or just an assault vest would work as well. And then as for that, we have Talonflame. I decided to give it a flying gem just for, boosted acrobatics. But other than that, these three here have the same moveset as before. It's just that these three here at the top are my newest members. So, one thing I want to note is that my extra drill, I did use common candies on it because I encountered it at level 95 and I don't want Pokemon disobeying me. As for moves, I believe you can relearn Earthquake through move relearner, Ironhead is a move tutor move, and Swords Dance and Sandstorm. You have a TM for Swords Dance and Sandstorm. There's probably a TM and or a move learner move, so you can also probably breed it on as well. As for Charizard, Heat Wave comes on it. You can reteach it Air Slash, the move relearner, Substitute, TM, Solar Beam, TM. Ninetales, I believe Sunny Day you have a TM, Quick Attack is move relearner, Safeguard comes on mine naturally, and Heat Wave also comes on mine. If not, you need to either level it up or use the move relearner as well. Then Heat Rock, I mined plenty of the Shell Bell I got before, and all the EV and IV stuff and levels are candies, and using the EV boosting item, using debug mode for the IVs. And then as for the natures, I had all the mints, so I just used it on the Pokemon as such, and yeah, that's about it really. So let's just go ahead and get started here. One thing I do want to note is that this is not the only team you can use for this upcoming battle. You can also have, as I said before, a Sandstorm team. You can also have a room that a team that uses Trick Room, which pretty much always works. Trick Room, can't really go wrong with that. I just don't want to use Trick Room this early on because I've used it before in the past. And outside of that, there's also some other ways of winning on this, which is using the fact that this battle will be taking place on the factory field, or you can have a bunch of setup or create a really specific team to deal with each part of this upcoming area. But other than that, this is the method I'll be running. It's relatively easy to set up, a bit of RNG, but it's relatively forgiving even if it doesn't work out if your Heat Wave misses due to its 90% accuracy. That's why I opted for this team. Sandstorm's team I used in the past before. It's relatively consistent, but I've used it before, so I didn't want to use it again, which is why I'm using this team. This team is one that people come across quite frequently because it's relatively easy to set up, and Fire type is just generally a good round typing for this, especially as compared to the Sandstorm, Earthquake, Extra Drill, offensive typing. So this is what I'll be going with. As you can see, I have 4 Fire types on my team, with 2 of my other Pokemon being Steel types. So this is what I'll be running with. Save again just to be sure, and then we're just gonna head on in. that, we are thrust into battle with Shelly and Kane. In case it wasn't obvious through the text, Zell has now been split up. So it's just 0 there, actually, not Zell. Alright, so let's get started with reading off these Pokemon descriptions. So here we have Marowak with the ability Lightning Rod and Adamant Nature, holding a thick club with the moves Fire Punch, Rock Slide, Shadow Bone, and Iron Head, with a max HP, max attack, 4 in defense, and 15 in IVs. As for Shelly's Rabombi, its ability is Sweet Veil, with Timid as its nature, a Berry, Dazzling Gleam, Sticky Web, Pollen Puff, Light Screen, with 4 in HP, 252 in attack, 252 in speed, and perfect IVs. And as you can see, she named hers on her Rabombi. The general strategy here is just to use Heat Wave. As such, Rabombi likes to set up Sticky Web. Alright, it's a bit of an issue that my Charizard missed. As you can see, that's why this method can be a bit here unreliable, to say the least. Oh my goodness. Might have to reset here, I'm missing too much. Alright, so we're gonna with Bullet Punch for you, and then Fire Punch E. My. I'm probably gonna have to reset here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reset. This is what I mean by the method being inconsistent. So I'm just gonna speed up. I forgot to read the Pokemon entries too, because I was so distracted by the fact that I'm missing my Heat Wave. This is really unfortunate. I really didn't want to have to reset so early. But I love it just too lucky. Alright. Just Heat Wave at 4. Sticky Web set up. Charizard hits Heat Wave for there. Good. Ninetales hitting Heat Wave. Alright. Heard by Sunlight. Alright, next up here we have Leavanny, with it being named after you, actually, with the moves, with the ability Swarm, Jolly Nature, Assault Vest, Bellsinger, as its move, Knock Off, Seed Bomb, Poison Jab, with 4 in HP, max attack, and max speed, and perfect IVs. As for Mimikyu, its ability can only be disguised with a Lonely Nature, holding an Electric Gem, with the moves Thunder, Play Rough, Swords Dance, and Shadow Ball, with 128 in HP, max special attack, and 128 in speed, with perfect IV. So what we want to do here is Heat Wave and then use Substitute on Charizard. This is a free time to set it up, since we can't really pick up the Mimikyu. Alright, with that we just now want to use Heat Wave. Oh, excuse me. The Scolipede is named Kane, with Speed Boost and Adamant Nature, holding a Muscle Band with the moves Rock Slide, Stomp, Tantrum, Steamroller, and Poison Jab, with 4 in HP, max attack, and max speed, and perfect IV. Alright, next up here we have Primarina, holding a Mystic Water with Liquid Voice as its ability, and a Modest Nature with the moves Dazzling Gleam, Hyper Voice, Blizzard, and Icy Wind, with 128 in HP, max special attack, 128 in speed, perfect IVs. As for Noelle over here, it has Compound Eyes as its ability, a Modest Nature holding a Synthetic Seed with the moves Signal Beam, Sleep Powder, Hurricane, and Giga Drain, with 4 in HP, max special attack, max speed, and perfect IVs. So, with that we want to Heat Wave on Ninetales, and then use Solar Beam on the Primarina. Alright, next up here is Alolan Muck. Alchemy Power as its ability, Brave Nature, a Black Sludge with the moves Gunk Shot, Thunder Punch, Knock Off, and Rock Slide, with max HP, max attack, and 4 in defense with 15 in IVs. As for Volcarona, it's named after Cal. Its ability is Swarm, a Modest Nature holding a Leftovers with the moves Heat Wave, Quiver Dance, Signal Beam, and Hurricane, with 4 in HP, max special attack, and max speed, and perfect IVs. So even with it resisting Fire-type moves, the Volcarona, Heat Wave is still very effective here. require you to land both of them. So, up next we have Kane's Nidoking with the move ability Sheer Force, a modest nature holding a Life Orb with the moves Earth Power, Blizzard, Thunder, and Flamethrower. With 4 in HP, max special attack and max speed, and perfect IVs. As for Yanmega, named after Heather, its ability is Speed Boost, modest nature, and holding a Wise Collective with the moves Signal Beam, Shadow Ball, Air Slash, and Giga Drain. It has 4 in HP, max special attack and max speed, and perfect IVs. So here, Heat Wave spam once again. You land them like this so. Alright, up last here we have Meowstic, Kane's Meowstic with ability Competitive, Timid Nature, holding a Damp Rock with the moves Charge Beam, Psychic, Reflect, and Rain Dance. It has 4 in HP, max special attack, max speed, and 20 in IVs. Here we're going to go for Heat Wave and Air Slash, actually. Okay, I should have went for a Quick Attack because we might have missed taking out the Meowstic there. Alright. With that, we take down Shelly and Kane. As you can see, Heat Wave makes quick work of this. Double battles do go by pretty quickly. That we're thrust into another battle. So as you can see, any of your Pokemon that fainted or took damage and everything else has been all healed up back. Of course, we didn't lose any Pokemon, but I wanted to note that here. Alright, so one thing to note is that after this battle, any of the Pokemon that faint here in this battle will not be revived. So try to keep all your Pokemon at least not fainted. So with that, I just want to get started here. So we don't know actually who we're battling, but you may be able to figure it out by looking at the team and maybe figure it out through the text earlier. But anyway, here we're up against a Weavile with Pickpocket as his ability, a Jolly Nature holding a Focus Sash with the moves Icicle Crash, Poison Jab, Brick Break, and Night Slash. It has 4 in HP, max attack, max speed, and perfect IVs. So what we're going to do is just go with Heat Wave as usual. Go for a quick attack. And then Contra is sent out, so what we want to do is switch out to Charizard here. Bait out the Sucker Punch, because Ninetales cannot survive it. Then go for a Heat Wave here. It out. Next up, Umbreon is sent out. We're going to switch to our Blaziken for this. Goes for that. We're going to go for a high jump kick here. Next up is Gothitelle. Okay, I forgot to list the moves like a dumbass. Punch Crow had Moxie, a Jolly Nature, Life Orb, Sucker Punch, Super Power Bruce, and Brave Bird with 4 in HP, max attack, and max speed with 31 in IVs. Kind of obvious why I would go for that. As for Umbreon, it has Synchronized, a Calm Nature holding a Leftovers with the moves Wish, Foul Play, Protect, and Toxic with max HP, max defense, 4 in special defense, and perfect IVs. It's trying to be a stall tank, very annoying. That's why I have Blaziken here to just break through it, along with owning a Fist Plate. And as for this Gothitelle, it has Shadow Tag, a Calm Nature, and Leftovers. The moves Calm Mind, Charge Beam, Foul Play, and Psychic with max HP, max defense, and 31 in IVs. So my Blaziken is pretty much going to be sacrificed here because there's nothing I can do against Shadow Tag, which is perfectly fine. We're just going to go for a Fire Punch. If you get lucky and crit, you could possibly hold on to a Blaziken here. So as for what I send out next here, I send in my Talonflame because Gothitelle is really specially defense, a lot of special defense, so I just want to ensure taking it out here. So you have my Talonflame. So next up here is Miss Magius with Levitate, a Timid Nature, and holding a Synthetic Seed with the move Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Massive Plot, and Dazzling Gleam. With 4 in HP, max special attack, max speed, and perfect IV. So here I can still take it out with a Flare Blitz, so I lose to a bit of HP. I can't quite figure out what is being said there. Maybe you can figure it out though. Anyway, up next and last is Absol with Pressure, a Jolly Nature holding an Absolite with the moves Swords Dance, Superpower, Play Rough, and Knockoff with 4 in HP, max attack, and max speed, and perfect IVs. Alright, so I managed to beat this second battle here, losing only one Pokemon, Blaziken, which won't necessarily be as useful in the second battle. We're thrust into another battle. So here you're going to see why I need my Ninetales to be not perfect in IVs, and that's because of the opposing Alolan Ninetales with its Hail. So now my Fire or Sunny Day is set up. So let me explain what we're going up against here though. Here's a double battle, so we went from double battle to single battle to another double battle. It's pretty intense. As for what's going on this opposing side, you're up against a Clefable with Magikarp, a Hardened Nature, and Leftovers with the moves Blizzard, Dazzling Gleam, Fire Blast, and Thunder Wave with max HP, max special attack, and 4 in special defense with 15 in IVs. As for the Ninetales, it has Snow Warning, Timid Nature, holding a Light Clay with the moves Blizzard, Dazzling Gleam, Freeze Dry, and Aurora Veil. With 4 in HP, max special attack, max speed, and 15 in IVs. So due to how the levels are worked out and everything, almost all the Pokemon you will be facing here are lower than your level cap, so it's pretty easy to outspeed and also have just more power in general. So that's the reason why my Ninetales is still just barely outspeeding the opposing Ninetales with its modest nature and near perfect speed IV. So, as usual, we just want to use our Heat Waves. So as you can notice, I don't have full PP on my Heat Wave, so your Pokemon are only healed, and that's it. Nothing else is changed. So do keep that in mind. Oh, wow, that is lucky. If that Thunder Wave hit, we would have been in trouble. Alright, next up is Frostlass here, with Snowcloak as his ability, Timid Nature, and holding an Icium Z, with the moves Blizzard, Destiny Bond, Thunderbolt, and Shadow Ball, with 4 in HP, max special attack, max speed, and perfect IVs. So we're just gonna go like that. Right, very nice. Up next is Glaceon here, and Gardevoir. The Glaceon has Snowcloak as its ability, a modest nature, and Light Clay, with the moves Aurora Veil, Blizzard, Signal Beam, and Shadow Ball, with 100 in HP, 156 in special attack, and max speed, with perfect IVs. As for the Gardevoir, it has Trace as its ability, a timid nature holding a Gardevoirite, with the moves Calm Mind, Thunderbolt, Psychic, and Hyper Voice. It has 4 in HP, max special attack, max speed, and perfect IVs. So, once again, we're simply going to go with Heat Wave here. Okay, the Thunderbolt takes out my Charizard, but that's okay. So next, I will send out my Metagross here. And then I will explain the Pokemon we're up against here. So we have a Jinx with the Dry Skin as its ability, a modest nature, and holding a Synthetic Siege with the moves Psychic, Shadow Ball, Blizzard, and Nasty Plot. It has 4 in HP, max special attack, max speed, and 25 in IVs. As for the Bisharp, it has a Defiant ability, Adamant nature, holding a Dread Plate with the moves Knockoff, Iron Head, Brick Break, and Sucker Punch. It has max HP, max attack, 4 in special defense with 15 in IVs. So I'm going to go with Heat Wave here and Brick Break on the Bisharp. So I like to Sucker Punch there, which kind of sucks. Miss the Jinx, lose my Metagross. Alright, we're going to send out Talonflame here. So now we have this Espeon out. So as for Espeon, it has Magic Bounce as its ability, a timid nature holding a Twisted Spoon with the moves Dazzling Gleam, Psyshock, Calm Mind, and Signal Beam. With 4 in HP, max special attack, max speed, and 30 in IVs. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you all, this is not looking good. The perfect speed IV is really beating me butt here. Alright, next up anyway is Metagross. With Clear Body and Adamant Nature holding a Leftovers with Zen Headbutt, Meteor Mash, Ice Punch, and Rock Slide as its moves, with max HP, max attack, and 4 in defense with 15 in IVs. And as for the Sand Slash, it is holding a Muscle Band with the ability Slush Rush, and Adamant Nature with the moves Iron Head, Icicle Crash, Knockoff, and Rock Slide. It has 4 in HP, max attack, max speed, 15. So this is what I'm going to go with. Let's hope that okay, that hits. So that should take it out. Alright, last but certainly not least, we have Alakazam and Bronzong. So as for Bronzong, it has the moves Gyro Ball, Zen Headbutt, Psywave, and Rock Slide, holding a Leftovers with a Brave Nature and Levitate ability. And its stats are max HP, max attack, with 4 in special defense and 15 in IVs. As for the Alakazam, it has Magic Guard, a modest nature holding an Amplified Rock with the moves Psychic Terrain, Psychic, Calm Mind, and Dazzling Gleam. It has 4 in HP, max special attack, max speed, and 15 in IVs. We're going to go with Heat Wave here and Flare Blitz the Alakazam. It's a real threat. Heat Wave the Bronzong, and we still win even despite my unlucky RNG. So, yeah, this method is pretty forgiving, and I think it's way more forgiving than the Sandstorm team that I ran previously on my solo playthrough. So, hopefully this team works out for you. I definitely think I should have utilized Charizard's Substitute more to avoid possibly getting knocked out by moves like Thunderbolt and stuff like that. So that is on me. Otherwise, though, it shouldn't be too bad this battle. So, if you really need to, you can save between each battle by quickly spamming the quick save button in between text dialogues if you really need to do that. So, yeah. There's a lot of options. Obviously, Sandstorm, Sun Team. There's also, since we're on the factory build, Cling Cling can be really good with Gear Shift and all of its other moves. I think that's the right name for it. I haven't used that Pokemon very much, so I don't remember the fully evolved form of the Gear Pokemon, basically. So, it's really good on this field if you give it a little bit of setup and get it prepped up. Otherwise, there's tons of other videos you can watch online to possibly craft a team for this and whatnot. Right, and with that, we wake up in this area here. So, as for what is going on in here, I believe this area is fairly straightforward. There's not much in terms of deviations you can take. I'm going to save. So do take that into account. Here we get a light shard, so we're going to use that for sure, because my team is looking worse for wear. Get a glass sound breaking effect, which is pretty interesting. So this area is pretty straightforward, no branching paths. There's a lot of story related parts, so try to keep your eyes peeled for those. Okay, interesting. Ooh. Hear the train going by. Oh, get bumped by Ane here. Going down this way. Ooh, is that what we want to do? Glad I saved. If you go over to this direction, you can see the other trainer sprites that you did not pick. Pretty interesting. Alright, going down is the main path here, so let's go ahead. That choice there does not affect any relationship points, but I decided to say yes because there's no reason to say no, as she said. Interesting. Yeah, there's this area's pretty long. I'm gonna keep speed up off though, because I believe there's some interesting dialogue we don't want to miss. So, alright, here we reached our table full of starters. You need to find the one that you chose. So for me, that would be this one to continue. So we're just gonna do that. Alright, and with that we can progress. I believe you want to go back up from where you came from. If you choose the wrong one, you just don't progress whatsoever. So there's no reason to do that. Excuse me. Here you can talk to Kane here. So let's go ahead and do that. Kane goes off in a direction we cannot follow. Oh, it looks like going up there is the only way. Let's see if there's anything down here though. We came from. Oh, this is where we came from. Alright, don't go down this way. Whoops. I'm gonna turn up speed up for just this part. Alright, yeah, you're meant to follow Kane there. Follow very loosely. Interesting. Not much choice to go down here. Alright. So we can't go that way, so let's try walking back. It looks like you can walk off to the other direction over here. Interesting. Just gonna save frequently just to make sure I don't miss anything. That looked like Borealis dropping down there. You can see Cal and Shelly on the left over there. Cal and Shelly again. Ooh. Pest event. Cal by himself. Cal looking at his past self. Here we got a bunch of Blakes. Can't really talk to any of them. Cal and Blake. Shelly. Heather and Sigmund. Interesting. I believe that relative shape of the path we were going around looked like the building that Sigmund owned. Excuse me. Interesting. Anna always saying something incomprehensible relatively. Looks like Sigmund's sister. seems as though Kane is also going through this area like us. Alright, looks like that's not the way you want to go. Let's see, how about here? Alright, same thing. Alright, looks like middle path it is. Interesting. Interesting. Looks like Kane's family here. Alright, continue on here. Looks like more of Kane's family. Interesting how Borealis and some other interesting people are saying here. So, if you talk to Kane over here after Aya segment, you can get +1 point. This is not required, so you can miss this. This choice does not matter. Alright, interesting. So, we're going to continue along now. See a bunch of Sigmund's sisters here. Interesting. Can't talk with any of them. Interesting. Here we got Borealis. So we have to talk to Sirius here. Interesting. Can't go up that way, so we have no choice but to talk to Lynn. Continue along. See Borealis and Heather. See a bunch of I forgot his name. Elias, there we go. Got Redimus. And Luna, it seems. backwards. Interesting. Perhaps you can figure out who that was in relation to Radimus. Looks like we go down here. Got Radimus and seems to be his Ralts Curlia earlier. That's Ralts Radimus now in a different outfit, I believe, with Curlia. Radimus with Gardevoir. Radimus again with Gardevoir. And all his various outfits, I see. Looks like we got some of the other characters we met, mainly in association with Radimus and friends. Interesting, we have not seen one of these characters seeming quite yet. Here we got Taka and his father and Luna. I forgot Taka's father's name. Kind of an idiot. Elias. Alright, we have no choice but to go up. Interesting voice talking to us. Make sure to prepare your team before going up here. Alright, let's see what I want to do here anyway. There's a few strategies for this, so we're going to have to take this into account. I do not have the best team for this now, so then we're gonna have to. No, let's just stick with this, I guess, for now. Okay, I believe in this area. Get ready. And with that, we're up against another Pulse unit, Pulse Hypno, on the Starlight Arena field. It is level 100, holding a Big Root, with No Guard as its ability, a Calm Nature Perfect IVs, and EVs, excuse me, let me just search it up. I can't trust Victor's notes anymore, they're also really awkward to read. Goodness. Excuse me for a moment. Alright. One thing to note is its typing is Dark and Psychic. And here we go. That's not it. Alright. Here we go. I found it. It has the moves Hypnosis, Dream Eater, Dark Pulse, and Calm Mind with max defense, max special defense, and 4 in special attack, and 31 in IVs. So ideally you would have some way of disabling it. I do not, and its base stat total is supposedly 805. Which is pretty ridiculous thinking about it. So it's very defensively bulky with main offensive stat being attack, special attack. A bit on the slower side. Let's see what Special Heat Wave can do. So it likes to do that and do Hypnosis into... oh boy. I should survive that. Let's go with Fire Punch. Just to live that. Go with Fire Punch again. Alright, nice. Not too bad. Okay. Alright, with that, we can now go through here. we got Sarah split in half there. Interesting. Hope I didn't miss anything. I was walking up. Some more interesting things going up there. Sarah, Laura, I can't quite identify everyone. Then it's surrounded by someone. Has a light? Whatever. Over here we see more. Luna, Bennett, Sarah, Laura. Okay. Got Gardevoir over here. Looks like we got Terra. Can't quite move anywhere now. We have to go around like so. To Tanya and Maria. Taka. Cal and Blake. Interesting. Interesting. Looks like some memories they had together. Someone appeared in the corner back there. A shadow, perhaps? Familiar one. And a different person that we talked to earlier that we did not quite recognize. So we got various characters. Interesting. The ones that were with us at the meteor building in the city, I forget what to call it, the other one, where Lynn was at. Got Noelle here, I believe. No, it's Zell, my mistake. This is. It's a suit of armor. Okay, my fault. Couldn't tell. It's like Taka, I believe. Interesting. Alright. Moving along. this is the text that was said earlier. I see. This is what Bennett says in response. This is the text earlier we couldn't read. I remember what it looks like. That's what she says. Okay. Alright, and that's where we defeat Luna. That's what she says. Okay. I see. And that's how we get our HP back, but not revived. In case it wasn't obvious, you do have to win the gauntlet. Here we get a fast travel request. We are going to say yes. Alright, and with all that dialogue, this episode is unbelievably long, so... Whew! Alright, I think I can safely end the episode here. Quite a bit of story progress has occurred, and we are going to keep on pedaling along with that by heading into the building, the you-know-what building here in Kasanon City. So, with that, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.